Unboxing. I am TJ Black, and today we're going to be installing an aftermarket intake on this bad boy right here. This 2022 Kia Stinger V6 twin turbo, and it's pretty much, there's like basically no mods on this thing yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what these intakes are gonna do. I've got big plans for this car. I've got a lot of stuff that I already have in my shop. So let's get rolling. So tonight I'm actually doing this job in my garage of my house because my shop is actually, I'm doing a lot of work in it and it's kind of a mess. So bear with me, we're still gonna have some fun. My workout center, which I don't use much anymore. But anyways, I've got some tools here that I brought over from the shop, and I've got this beauty right here, which I'll be tearing out in just a minute. Before we actually get started, I'm gonna show you a before right now, and then at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you a before and after. Let it roll. Hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, there's really no modifications other than in my previous video, I did remove the hoses off of the stock blow-off valve, so that's what you're hearing. But it should be even a lot louder once we put these bad boy intakes on this. And by the way, if you're wondering what these are, there it is right there. That's the name brand of this one, and it's supposedly, this one is more of a true cold air than some of the other brands. I don't think it's truly cold air. None of them, I guess, on this car are, but I guess this is closer to that. First, we're going to be obviously removing the stock intakes, and I'm gonna show you step by step how to do that. So before we get started, there's one quick important thing anyways. It's important to me. I do want to say thank you so much to a special young lady who sold me this intake. This is the intake that I've been looking for a while, and I didn't want to purchase one new because I've been getting being very blessed getting a lot of either secondhand used or secondhand brand spanking new in the box performance parts for this car. And I just got as a matter of fact, right over there in that box, you can see it right there. There's a brand spanking new intercooler, and so that I got from somebody else. And anyways, long story short, I've been getting a lot of brand new parts for a fraction of the price, just because I think a lot of people they buy things intending to do stuff to their car, and then something happens and then they're not able to do it. And so they end up just selling these parts for cheaper. Anyways, long story short, I don't want to take up too much time of your time for this. And if you want to fast forward it through the video, I understand. But I do want to say thank you to this special. The reason I'm pointing over there is because that's where the brand new intake is sitting. And so, so this intake was bought by her husband, and he was intending to put it on his Stinger. And so he's a fellow Stinger owner, and unfortunately recently he passed away. I'm not going to put any names out there because I don't want to put people's stuff out there, but I just want to do a quick thing and just take a small quick moment of silence for her and her husband. And I tell you, every single time I either open my engine bay and look at this intake that I'm about to put on, or every time I push my gas pedal down a little bit and then I hear that intake, I'm always going to think about this family who lost this guy. And it seems like I didn't know the guy, but it seems like he was a good person. So let's just take a quick moment of silence, please. So yeah, I think that those things are important to remember those people and to, remember those families. So anyways, let's get back to it, and let's get started on this bad boy. All right, guys. So the first step on getting this done, getting this brand new intakes on, is to disconnect the battery. No, I'm just kidding. I say that in all my videos just because everybody says that. You don't have to disconnect the battery for this job. But obviously the first thing is to take these braces off. So that's what we're gonna do. It's a 12 millimeter. Step, that guy right there. Okay, the next step, there's two 10 millimeter for this guy right here. One that's up here, so I like the expanded view. Here's your intake box coming right down there, and one right down. So you just come down this side right here, right down there. And there's one more here as well. So again, expanded view of the motor. Here's your box. There's one there, and then one here, which I already pulled out that one, so forgot about that one. All right guys, so the next step, we're on the side of the car now. Motor, and here's the box we just took out. We need to get rid of these guys right here. There's a 10 mil bolt there, and there's a 10 mil, if I can reach it, right, yeah, right there on the bottom. Next step, that guy right there. Okay, next step, this guy right here. Okay, so this one's kind of the hard one to reach, but it's gonna be right down here, and it's gonna be coming right off the turbo. Okay, so again, coming in right there. These are the hoses we just took off. So straight down in there. All right, there's your turbo. And come on, baby, zoom. I know a lot of people feel my pain. Okay, there we go. Right there. You take this guy off, it's the clamp that holds this whole entire thing on, okay? So I'm probably gonna have to like push this hose back, this radiator hose back just a hair. You know, be careful not to rip it. But this radiator hose is brand new because I got the brand new oil inlet, I believe it was, tubing put on my turbo over here. So that's why they put a brand new hose on there. The dealership actually did a good job. I was gonna do the job myself, but I went and talked to the tech that was gonna be working on it, and long story short, I switched techs because I wasn't comfortable with the one that was gonna be working on it, and the guy did a great job, so. Just out of curiosity, we're gonna see what kind of shape my turbos are in. And doesn't look like there's really much. There's a little oil, not too bad though. and no wiggling at all. Like, well, there it is a little bit. I know you guys can't see. Nope, not really any. Okay, so it does. There's quite a bit of oil right here on the outside of the turbo, which tells me maybe something's going on, or there could be something dripping. I don't know, from down here. Valve covers maybe. I don't see anything on the valve covers. Like nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this hose off just to inspect. So, and by the way, I would do this with a customer's car as well, just to make sure that they don't have any problems going on. But that does look kind of old, so I don't know. Could have been something, some oil that maybe at some point got poured into here and ran down on top of there, because the turbo looks pretty good. Like I said, there is a little oil on the inside here, but very little. There's really not a lot of smoke coming out of the back of my exhaust, and it's pretty much on startup. So typically when a turbo goes bad, it's going to, if it's gonna smoke, it usually smokes when the car engine is warmed up, and then like it's gonna get worse and worse as the engine warms up. So there's really like no smoke going on once my engine is warmed up, so I'm pretty sure that these turbos are good. Here's the other thing too. I already decided these turbos, they're good, don't get me wrong, but I would definitely want to upgrade them at some point. So I'm just gonna, like, basically these turbos go bad, I'm just gonna replace them with much better turbos. So I'm kind of not really worried about it, but just kind of showing you guys, you know, how I work and how I like to be meticulous about what I do and check things out. But I am gonna open this up and just make sure there's like not a lot of oil down in there, and might just go ahead and put some turbos on order, baby. Yeah. So got that off, and really no oil pretty much at all, like down in this tube. So I think it's okay. It probably was just oil that got spilled down onto it, is my guess. All right, guys, so ready to install the new intake. I'm super excited, but I found out the coolest thing about this intake. Are you ready for this? So if you remember, when we took the intake off, there were 3 on the box, the stock box. There were 3 of these bolts, right? Okay, check this out. This one only calls for 2. Right there and right there. And you have to go inside the box to install them, but check this out. That means I am like super, super excited, because I am a weight savings, like take weight off of your car type of guy. I hate pointless weight that they put on these cars. So we get to save about 2 to 3 ounces of weight by only having to install 2 of these. Yes! All right, guys, so here we go. Right there. Okay. So, matches right up. That's why they call these true cold air intakes right there. Right there. Fits right into place. And then again, going through here, right there, you install 1 bolt there, and then the other bolt right there. Bruh, it gets even better. This end here that you attach right down here, there's only 1 bolt over that as well. That means we're saving even more weight. And by the way, I never tighten everything all the way down until I've got all the bolts in. Because what if I tighten these down and then it pushes it forward or pushes it a certain way, and then I have a hard time getting this one in. So make sure you get all your bolts in like at least started and threaded a few threads before you tighten them all down. Okay, can someone please buy me a new back? Okay, maybe 2 ounces. I'm not a good, like, with ounces, but I like measuring with my hand. But I would say maybe 2 ounces each, 2 to 3 ounces each. And then there's going to be 2 on both sides. So we are saving a total of about 5 to 6 ounces. Let's go. All right. I don't think it really matters because you're really not going to see, but I'm going to put it down like this because you can kind of see a little bit through this cool clear, like this is really cool, this clear top. I'll give you guys a close-up in a minute, but I'm going to face this guy right here down just in case. I mean, I don't know, what would it look like? Yeah, I think it'd be cool if you shine light in there and you just saw all the blue, the beautiful blue. I guess when I get the hose on, I'll decide which side I want this on. This side. Or this side. Okay guys, so the next step is to install these. This one goes on the turbo, the small side comes up, and you're gonna need to, I wouldn't tighten it all the way because you're gonna need to angle it a little bit to add this guy on here, right here. Make sure that you get the one that has 2 ports, well really 3 if you add that one. It goes on the right side, driver's side. And this guy right here that came in the kit goes here. And I did put a stopper on here that I had on my stock intake. And yes, this is the Home Depot or Lowe's chair leg rubber piece things that they sell. And no, that's not staying on here. I've already ordered some nice ones that are actually made for cars that are high temperature. So it's just on there temporarily. Don't freak out. All right, guys, that is a 17 mil, just to let you guys know. Okay, guys, when I put this guy right here back on the turbo, right? Not back on the turbo. If you guys remember right, earlier in the video, they had the clamp this way, and I had to push this brand new, which I hated doing, brand new coolant hose over. So I'm gonna make sure to install it this way to where it's a lot easier to get to. Okay, so what I did was basically test fit it get this on there, but not obviously tightened yet. Test fit this, and then tighten it. Because you have to move this, maneuver this. It's a little bit tedious. Not tedious, yeah, tedious. I'm a perfectionist though, like, make sure this again is on this side to where it's easier to get to when you tighten it rather than this side. Good luck doing it that way. Okay guys, here's the fail. So, don't ever assume anything whenever you get new items. I assumed that you cut this to fit 2 different brand new hoses. I don't know why this amazing kit doesn't come with enough hose to put 2 brand new hoses. So, luckily, I own a shop. So I had this guy right here to be able to fit these 2 pieces back together and then use the original on the other piece. So maybe this guy might help. Has pretty good pictures in it. Yeah, instructional manual. It shows you using the stock hose. Keep your eye right here. There we go. So I'm going to, it said to leave this on. So I'm going to take this off, put this on here, use this to complete what I cut and I shouldn't have cut. Then you have to remove this guy. There's a 10 mil bolt under here. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, 10 mil under here. You can remove this whole entire thing, which by the way, I am going to install oil catch cans, this is where you would install that, and obviously you would mount it somewhere. But yeah, so then you run this completed long hose all the way from back here, all the way to here. Voila. Now I know why Takeda, I guess is how you say the name, brand of this intake, because they wanted more weight savings. Yeah, baby. Alright, I'm going to give you guys an idea of exactly where that is. Okay, so here's your intake. turbo right down there. And there's your oil fill. And so we turn this way, intake. Let me zoom out because it's kind of hard to see. Obviously, you're gonna know when you take it off because that other hose goes back there, but just giving you guys an idea of what I'm looking at and the reason why I wanted this clamp to come up on this side. Which I gotta turn around for a second. It's because this is the reason it's impossible to reach. Give me a second. Okay, so I got it twisted around. So if that bolt to that clamp was down on this side, that would be much more of a pain. It's already kind of a pain anyways, but so then yeah, it just comes up right there. Just like that. Okay, 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 okay. There, this thing curves up to here. And let me tell you, it was a lot more of a pain to line everything up on this side than it was that side. And like I said, I'm kind of a perfectionist. Like this wouldn't line up, this one wouldn't line up, and that one wouldn't line up. But I got them all snug. Whew. Okay guys, there you have it. She's all done. We got some weight savings going on. I'm about to give you guys a little sound test and I guess give myself one too, but it should be fun. I'm gonna warm the car up and then we gotta get to revving. All right guys, here she is. Pretty cool. Obviously I haven't put the cover back on, but that should be it. I've already looked around for tools and I did find my 10mm socket, so that's really awesome, and we can get this party started. Alright guys, I just went and changed because I don't like sitting in my car in my nasty clothes that I just worked with. So anyways, didn't sound much different inside of the car, but I had the windows down, or windows up as well. But I'm gonna go back and listen to the video and see how much of a difference there is. But I don't think it adds much horsepower, especially since I don't have my JB4 on yet. Again, I just got this car like a couple months ago. But I think it adds like 10 or 12 horsepower or something like that with the JB4 probably. So, but this is getting started. I'm getting started on this car. And again, I know every single time that I see these or I hear that turbo spool, I'm going to be thinking probably most of the time about just the sweet family who lost the husband, and that's how I was able to get these at a really good price. So, you know, I really appreciate the wife, the widow, and I appreciate, if you ever see this, I want to say I appreciate you. And so anyways, just to let you guys know some future videos, I've got some springs over here, some lowering springs, I've got the intercooler there the reason I got that particular, I think it's a BMS intercooler, is because it has the bung on it for the CPI kit, because I am going to do the CPI extra 7th injector, and then get the flex fuel kit because I'm going to run E85 eventually. I'm going to put downpipes on it, the ones that come right off the turbo. And I don't understand like this new language that people have, like where they say I've got downpipes and then it's the mid pipe. It's not even the downpipe off the turbo. Like, I don't get that, but whatever. I'm doing the ones that come straight off of the turbo. And then I'm going to upgrade the injectors. The spark plugs to the HKS ones, which I already have. I already have the JB4 ready to go in. I'm gonna put oil catch cans on there and a few other things. Just a few other things. I'm not looking for crazy horsepower. I just want the engine to breathe and kind of wake it up a little bit and have a little fun with this car. It is my daily driver, so I'm not going to try to go crazy with it. And then after I finish this car up, I've got an MR2 that I'm working on that I'm going to eventually sell. And then the fun thing for me, the most fun thing is my Toyota Supra Mark IV 94 that I can't wait to get started on that thing. I've already got an engine for it, 2J engine for it. And so just anyway, some upcoming videos that'll be on here. Please share my channel and please subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay safe out there on the roads. There's been more and more people racing out there on the highway and stuff like that, and people have been like killing people or killing themselves. Hey, be safe. We do this for fun, but hey, let's keep it. If you want to go out way out in the middle of the country or whatever, and where there's literally no one around, and mess around, I get that. Or take it to the racetrack. But hey, guys, stay safe. That's the main thing. We'll see you guys soon.